Welcome to the Bean Apple Podcast.
Belichick, I text him all the time. He just doesn't answer.
Somehow got mono. God knows who he was making out with.
Somebody had given me 2 tickets to a Jet game, and I had to run into a store. Came out, they broke my window, and they left 4 more tickets.
What's up, Bean Apple? It is now week number 9. And here we go, Jets Thursday Night Football. Coming off a huge win. Obviously, this is going to be the Jets preview, in case you're not catching on to that one by the verbiage and or thumbnail. But yeah, Jets, Colts, Thursday night preview, coming off a huge win. Mike White, the now living legend that is Mike White. I don't know if you saw this, but his jersey, cleats, and football are in the Hall of Fame from that game, which this poor kid, I talked about it and had to be real brief, but I mean, if there's a kid that's set up for a worse fall, I don't know who it could possibly be. I mean, the elevation that this kid took right out the gate, it's anything less than, a 500-yard, 5-touchdown performance on Thursday it's going to be a disaster, right? I mean, he's going to get booed off the field if he throws for 302 touchdowns. It's over. So he's screwed. But so we got the Colts traveling to Indy. Carson Wentz, no T.Y. Hilton. He is ruled out on the Jets side. Corey Davis is out, which is big. Of course, Zach Wilson's still out. Mike White will get that start again. Our new favorite running back, well, he's been mine for a while, but now I think he's got a little bit of your heart there, Michael Carter. Expect him to have a really big game. Again, I think they'll keep the offense very simple. A lot of dumps, a lot of dinks. Like we talked about, Mike White, no pass attempts no completions over 15 yards. His air yardage was 4 yards per attempt. So everything came after the catch. I mean, they let the playmakers make plays, and that's what happened. I don't know if that's going to happen again. This defense is pretty good. Nobody's really hurt on the defensive side. Quentin Nelson is questionable on the offensive line. But outside of T.Y. Hilton and Quentin Nelson, everybody else is good to go. Running game is strong. Defense is pretty good. Michael Pittman, very good call from John on Michael Pittman last week on our DraftKings. Nice, very quick 2-touchdown performance. I was really hoping he was going to continue to build on that because I think they both came in the first quarter. I thought that was going to be something really, really good, but he kind of cooled off. But yeah, this game, I thought last week was going to be a bloodbath. So now I don't really know which way to go with it. Like, I kind of want to get my hopes up that maybe the offensive coordinator is getting some things together. He's going to put together a good game plan, but I know I am setting myself up for failure if I do that. So right now they're already 10.5-point favorites. So Vegas is not buying last week, and they're not buying all this Mike White hype. It's not there. Because Vegas would not come out with that line if they believed that the great white hype is the real thing. You like that?
I do. So I like that a lot.
I don't think it is either. I've been arguing with a lot of people on this, and the Mike White supporters thinking he's, Tom Brady, and we made a terrible pick with Zach Wilson. He's a bust, and just cut him now. I'm literally reading comments that people are saying just cut Zach Wilson.
Just cut him. Like, what get rid of him.
Yeah, just give him away. It's ridiculous, right? Mike White played great. He's a very nice backup quarterback, I think. But if they have to ask him to win the game again, I don't think it's going to happen, right?
You play to win the game.
They have film to study now. I think they're going to be a little more cautious against the small stuff. They're going to take away the small stuff, make him beat them deep. Without Corey Davis, that's going to be a lot harder to do. Denzel Mims can't catch anything if he's not contested, as we saw that you probably didn't watch it, but the touchdown that he should have had that literally just bounced right off of his chest and he missed it. Just disgusting. But everybody loves Denzel Mims. So yeah, it's going to be tough. They're built this week for a small ball game, right? With Ty Johnson, with Michael Carter, and Elijah Moore and Jamison Crowder. It's small ball. That's where they're going to have success. And if I'm the Colts defensive coordinator, I'm taking the middle of the field away. I'm taking that short game away, and you got to beat me deep. that's what I'm going to force you to do in this one. So we'll see if they're smart enough to do that. I'm assuming they will, but stranger things have happened. I want to go with the Jets on this one. I really, really do, but I just don't trust Carson Wentz. So it's going to be very, very tough. Now, for a betting standpoint, I'm taking the Jets and the 10.5 points because I don't think Indy's going to blow them out by any means. I think we saw that defense and we saw what C.J. Mosley can do when he's on the field. And I don't think that's being taken into account. So I think 11.5 is pretty big for a team that only has Michael Pittman as a deep weapon and a strong running game. So I think it should be pretty. I think it'll be a lot closer than people are thinking. And being a Jets fan, you know what, the hell with it. I'm going to take my Jets for a back-to-back upset, and we'll see what happens. But you tell me what you got real quick.
So Colts are only 1-3 at home, but the great thing is the Jets are 0-4 on the road. So Carson Wentz didn't start out strong. You know, he truly didn't. Last 5 games, though, 11 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I mean, he picked apart Baltimore for 402. You know, he's averaged probably about 220 a week. But their running game is also there.
Yeah.
You know, what happened last week? It's the Bengals being the Bengals. You know, I talked to my son-in-law, and he's like, whenever teams play somebody that doesn't have the starting quarterback, they play a backup, they lose. And I heard that on ESPN today too, so it's kind of weird. So I'm going Indy. I don't see the Jets with 2 big upsets. I think Michael White may come down to earth a little bit because you're right. It's hard to duplicate what he did last week.
Yeah.
It was a good win by the Jets last week, but they'll be wanting Zach Wilson back by next week.
I think so as well. He got very lucky in that game too. Those 2 big turnovers that the Jets were able to stop. That should have been 14 points. Any other team would have put 14 up from those 2 turnovers. They had 3 turnovers on their own side, half of the field. So 3 turnovers, they got 7 points out of it. So you can't count on that getting bailed out on those mistakes. And then Carson Wentz last week, 27 for 51, 2 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. He had a 30 QBR. So didn't destroy Tennessee by any means. It was just a good game, but it's nothing that blows you away, right? I mean, that's Carson Wentz though. Like, he can do enough to win a game, but he's not. I don't think he's the type of quarterback that's going to control the game completely. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not somebody that's just gonna take you out of the game. So if the Jets defense can stay strong, they have a chance to win this game. But that's where it comes down to. Jets defense stopping really Jonathan Taylor. That's where I'm putting it. But so I'm going to pick the Jets. You're going to take the Colts. And then we shall see
who is correct. Yes.
Who's correct. So, best of luck, Jets fans. We'll see what happens. We'll see what this Mike White experiment continues to be, or if it just completely blows up in our face. We're going to know real soon what we got in a backup quarterback, because he's still a backup quarterback. So until then, please subscribe, hit that like button, comment below on what you think is going to happen in this game, and come back on Sunday morning to chat with us about this game and what is to come. So until then, for John, I'm Joe, and we'll see you guys.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.